so that you have an idea of how big you want your entire thing to be. Okay. So we're going to be doing 23 double crochets again. So basically, yarn over, put it in, pull through 2, pull through 2. This is what basically it works out to be. It does tend to be a little bit heavy on your forearm and your, like upper arm and your forearm and your wrist and your fingers. So do keep taking breaks, because otherwise it will jam up your fingers and hands, and we don't want that. Continuously you can't, it's not recommended that you work continuously with this thing, because your fingers will start paining and your hands will start paining eventually. So take a break if needed. So we are now on the 23rd one, right? I'll just count it again so that I see it's 23rd or more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. I said 23, but it's 24 that I put on this. So basically I put in one extra. It doesn't matter if it can be 23 or 24. So I put in one extra. And again, you have to do like 3. I chained in 3, and then you do the entire thing. So this is what you're going to be doing for 39 rows. So 39 times you'll be going up and down, putting in 23 or 24, in this case 24. So 23 or 24 stitches in this, up and down, okay? And once you are done with this, hang on, I'll show you how much the length will be. So once the 23 or 24, up and down, this is what it will look like 39 times. I've done it 39 times, and this is how long it gets. Okay, so 39 times. Then what you do is, this is the 39th, this is the last row. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be closing this and finishing the product, so that you end up with something like this. Okay, so we're going to be making this a live video. So this, I'm doing the last 4 stitches in it. This is 23. If it's 24 also, it doesn't matter. 1 stitch more or less is okay. It's not a hard and fast rule that you have to do only 23. Okay, so this is 23, and this is where this is complete. 39 rows of 23 single crochets. You can do 24 also. That's not an issue. It just be like a teeny bit bigger than the pumpkin that I have, which really doesn't matter. It's a pumpkin. It can be bigger or smaller. So this, then what we do is, I'm going to put these 2 ends together. Okay, these 2 ends are going in together, end to end. Okay, and now what I do is I use my yarn to join both these ends widthwise. You join them widthwise. How do you join them? You join them using single crochets. So single crochet. So I'm doing single crochet. If you want to know how to do a single crochet, please refer to my earlier videos. I've already put them online. So this again, you do both from one side, and the other. You put in all 4 stitches. You put your hook together. If you're seeing this, it'll be like 4 together. So this will be like 2 together, then 2 together. So this will be 4, but just to ensure that this is a tightly joined. You need it to be well joined. You don't want it to be loosely joined, because then your yarn will start, your stuffing will start poking through. So 2 together, and just do it like one after the other, don't leave any stitch in between, because then it will leave a hole bigger than the one that you want. So here, two together, again, two together, again, together, together, together. A lot of people keep asking us why our products are a little bit, more expensive than the cheap Chinese products or mass manufactured products. Unfortunately for us, crochet is a slow game, If you're doing crochet with me, you'll realize how much time it takes to make even the smallest of things. So crochet is a slow game, and therefore what it does is every product that we make, it takes time to do it. And unfortunately, as we all are well aware, time is equal to money. So you're joining it 4 stitches at one go, okay? If it's a little bit wider, or it appears a little bit wider, or narrower at one end than the other, then you can also always put in 2 stitches in one, like at once. And for instance, if you're putting like this, there's one stitch falling short, so you put one, and this is slightly longer, so you put the other stitch also in the same place. It's a pumpkin, so it's okay if it has a little bit of wrinkles in between, It doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly equal to each other at the end, And finally, we are here. The final time, do it twice, and then to close, you pull through once, okay? And you can do it just once and leave a long thread. I do it twice because I like to be a little bit more sure that it will not open up at any point in time. So I'll pull it again, 2 chains you're doing at the end, and then you leave a little bit of yarn, okay? The yarn should be a little long, and one second, hang on. And then you cut it. So why do we need the yarn to be long? Because we're going to be stitching it. So, and you just pull the yarn through the second chain. So just pull it, and therefore you are done with the joining, okay? So you join it together. Now what we'll do is we'll take the needle, and we're putting yarn through it, and it'll show you what we're doing, okay? So you have an idea of why we are taking the needle and how we're going to be stitching it and all that stuff. So basically, the same side is where your ridge is there, the joining ridge is there. The other side will be smooth, okay? So this same side, you use your needle and you thread through the edge. One side, the side on which the yarn is there, you thread through that edge. Thread the yarn through that edge, okay? Again. So you're basically just, trying to close one mouth of the pumpkin through by stitching it, okay? So this, you pull it and you pull it, okay. And since there's still a bit of hole left in between, you just sort of stitch it, you know, you take it from one end, you pull it at the one end edge, and then you put it like this, okay. Then basically the point is that you have to close the mouth. So you use your yarn and your darning needle to make sure that one mouth, the mouth that I'm just stitching, is closed, okay. So this is what we are doing here. How else are you going to fill the pumpkin if you're not going to close one side of the pumpkin? This is going to be the bottom of the pumpkin. So a bottom or the top, one side of the pumpkin. We don't really know at this point in time. But whichever side turns out. So if whichever side turns out to be a little bit, you know, untidy, you can always put on the top. So because you'll be adding a stock to it, so it doesn't tend to show as much, you know. Preferably, don't make it untidy. But you know, you can not always help it. Sometimes it becomes untidy. Anyways, even if this is untidy when you're stitching it, the thing is that you're going to be reversing it. So once we're done with this, I'll just show you how to reverse it. Just leave this thread here and just put it in, and just, yarn and just put it out, pull it out on the other side and just leave it, okay? Then you turn this side. So this becomes like a beanie, you know, like a beanie, okay? So you know, this is what we're going to be putting in the stuffing in, okay? Now we will start the stuffing process, and then I will come back to you. So the stuffing process, so you're putting the stuffing in it. Don't overstuff it, because if you overstuff it, you know, what will happen is that once you try to